So we've got General Alexander versus General Towns, but I can't build any units. So no units from the command center, supply center, barracks, war factory, or airfield can be built. Now I've done a bit of a different style for this sort of video because a lot of this was just me building Patriots and particle cannons, and I didn't find it to be the most entertaining. So we've got a few speed ups and cuts here. Hope that's okay. Comment below if you don't want me to do too many cuts and edits in the videos. This is a battle I don't care too much about because it's very easy for me to do this, even with the one dozer. Anyways, so yeah, what we're doing, we're just building up defense. I went very overkill on the Patriots. You might have noticed that. I've already got 5, and they don't need to be that tight in the lineup. I think I made it tighter on the other side as well. So just so you know, I was kind of screwing around, just because of how easy this is. But anyway, so we got the first particle cannon. Now, if you want to know how to bait it out, you just build a Patriot scaffold. He'll aim for the one that's most north as well. So if you want to learn how to bait out Patriots, now you know. So second particle cannon normally is supposed to aim at the command center, but I think because I've got some files, because this is a campaign where I'm supposed to be fighting General Jaziz, the demolition general, later on. So I'm not sure why the second particle's not firing. I think it might be that, but even if that particle cannon did fire, I'd be able to repair the command center, whether it's with a dozer or with auto repair. So either way, doesn't matter, won't make a difference. However, once we start getting those particle cannons on the go, he will change the target with all 3 of his particle cannons. He'll swap from Patriots and command center to super weapons. So got to be mindful of that. So right now we've got the war factory, so we can go to strategy center later, and I'm just building a boatload of power plants. So if the second particle cannon was aiming at the command center, I wouldn't be building all of those other buildings so close to the command center, because there is a little bit of a risk of those buildings also getting hit. So once again, we're cancelling that Patriot scaffold right there. Very easy bait out. You're going to save yourself 900 or 1000, however much your base defense is, every single time that particle comes. So now that we've got the strategy center on the go, going for the particle cannon. So that's not going to take long. And as you can see, the units that he's usually sending in a couple of Comanches, Avenger, maybe a couple of laser tanks, but if he was using like a tank blob, he'd be able to get through. But since he's only doing these little itty-bitty attacks, it's not going to do anything. So right now we've stopped the particle cannon at 99%. So the reason why we've done that is because if we finish constructing the particle cannon, then the attack target will change from Patriot to particle cannon with all 3 of his particle cannons. I don't want that just yet because I want to have enough money so then I can get enough particle cannons ready to fire on his particle cannons.
Beautiful, aren't they, General?
So right now I'm building my second one. I'm going pretty north compared to the first one that I built. So 2 reasons for that. So the first is I want to have enough space between the first and the second, because I don't want to have his particle cannon do damage on both of mine if I built them right next to each other. The other reason is the second particle cannon I'm building is going to be bait. So with bait, there's 2 ways that I could go about it. The first way is we're going to build this to 99%, and when we have fully constructed particle cannons, it'll mean that he'll aim for the particle cannon that's the most north, being the one that's under construction right now. Now, with having it at 99%, it means that it would take 2 particle cannons to destroy my particle cannon scaffold. The alternative method of doing it, though, would be to just have a scaffold at 0% and then just remember to cancel it every time you hear Towns do a voice line, which would indicate that he's about to fire a particle cannon.
Bring on the scaffolding.
And yeah, right now we're getting the third particle cannon scaffold on the go here. Again, keeping everything at 99. I want to try and retain the current attack target of Townsy's particle cannons. I want him to keep aiming at the Patriot scaffolds, because we're not ready yet. Yep, so now we're ready. So we've got the first particle cannon on ready to go, and then we're going to have the other one at 100%, and we're going to build a third particle cannon. So these ones, we can compact them because I know that Townsy's going to aim at the one that's furthest north. And now that Townsy's got a particle cannon, the one that's ready to go right now, that's supposed to be the second particle cannon that is usually meant to aim at the command center. So I don't have to worry about that. The one that's at about 40 seconds now, it'll take him about 30 seconds after it reaches 0 for him to fire. So that's a good trick for you to remember. If he either does a voice line, or if you just wait 30 seconds, then he'll fire it.
General, our base is under
Yep, so
attack.
here comes particle cannon number 1. Now with the particle cannons, it is it's possible but not very likely that you can repair the particle cannon that's just been fired upon. I have seen it being done. It's not easy. You have to be very quick with your dozer in getting the repair off on your own particle cannon. So it would be possible to survive 2 particle cannons, but wouldn't be possible to survive that third one because there wouldn't be enough time to repair it after the second one is hit. So instead, we're going to cancel that particle cannon. And the trick with building it to 99% and then cancelling after the second one, that's more just so if you're not the best at keeping tabs on everything that you've got going, then that's kind of a safe way of doing it. Otherwise you just go with this method of having a 0% scaffold, and then once Towns launches the particle cannon, you can cancel your 0% scaffold. So you can do that repeatedly. But yeah, both of these methods work. No real wrong answer, it's just one method is a little bit safer than the other one. But it does take a little bit more time because you are building it to 99% before moving on to whatever you're doing next. And this is all provided that you're doing the same thing that I'm doing and not building any units and relying only on one dozer. Yep, so I noticed that my funds had run out at the main resource pile, but I chose to get the Chinook to gather resources from the resource pile on the right because I know the garrison buildings aren't going to have any missile defenders in them, so it's only going to be rangers, and so I can safely get the Chinook from A to B and back, and that will mean more money for me to build particle cannons and power plants or whatever else. So right now we're using those 2 particle cannons that were ready, taking out all 3 of his particle cannons. He doesn't rebuild those, so I could have gone for command center or something like that, but that would have meant that I'd have to scaffold cancel when he fires again for another round. So here's here are the cuts. So I ended up doing a Spectre gunship A10 combo. I hesitated. I was trying to get the lasers to turn on one side, and then the side where the A10s were going would be safe for the A10s to get through, but yeah, I hesitated. And I did get some of it through, but not enough to finish the job. Thankfully, my particle cannon was ready to go. I had a spare just in case, and that's going to be enough to take out not only the dozer but the command center itself. And yeah, this is pretty much just going to be rinse and repeat. Wait for particle cannon to be ready, then fire upon whatever building I like, and pretty much eventually we'll beat him. Yep, so next round of particle cannons, gone straight from the airfield, taking out those 4 power plants there, and then going for the 3 that are clustered together, just going in a straight line. And we've got another 2 particle cannons that are going to be ready. So another good target is going for the power plants, war factory, and other airfield. So there goes his Comanches, because he's not going to use Raptors in this. He never does. Yeah, just making sure that power plant did go, and then last one we aim for the other war factory and a boatload of power plants.
Clear the area.
No! Stay away! I need those.
So it's safe to assume that the power is pretty much cut off because my Spectre got through pretty easily. I did make the mistake of not getting the level 2 or level 3. I could have probably sacrificed the Ranger drop or the fuel air bomb, because the fuel air bomb, I mean, I would have taken a lot more time to get us to Moab, which is why I just fired it straight away. I was confident that I was about to win at this point.
Lost.
And with the 2 more particle cannons that are ready to go, I mean, that's pretty safe to say that we've got this very, very soon.
Particle cannon ready.
Yeah, I went with a 10 on the barracks, and then particle on the furthest power plant, and then getting the other power plant along with the other barracks and supply center. So weirdly with General Towns, the 6 power plants that you see on screen now, you don't actually have to destroy those in order to beat him. It's very weird. But yeah, everything else you do need to destroy. So just taking those things out right now, just because we can. And then I'm like, oh, okay, we haven't won. What's the deal? Did I miss a building? And then I realized, oh, he's got a power plant left, so I got to wait a little bit longer. And yeah, Colonel Burton made it into my base. He went from the northern side where my defenses were weakest, and yeah, he managed to do some bombs on the particle cannons. Yeah, he did ended up like he took himself out in the end, so no more explosions from him. But I did lose a particle cannon. It happened to be the one that was closest to finishing. But yeah, no big deal. I just waited on my Spectre gunship to finish off the last particle cannon, and that's all she wrote. Anyways, I'm Crikolo. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. I do have a playlist with much harder Command & Conquer challenges. I'll see you next time. Bye.
You defeated me, General, but I will scan your tactics and devise a superior strategy.